All right. Hey. What's up? How you doing? How are you? Hey. I don't know why that song pops into my head each time before I start recording this. I imagine it's because in my mind I'm just going, hey. And that song goes, train. I don't know. It's fucking stupid. Anyway, welcome to Next Window Please. I'm your host, Nick Allen. Thanks for checking out the show. Not really much of a theme episode today. We got some food shit we're gonna go over. We've got some candy news. We got some troubling news about Diddy. More troubling news about Diddy. Just when you think it can't get any worse, it does. And then I talk about a friend of mine that just passed away. I'll give him his due on the old Next Window Please here. So yeah, thanks for checking out the show. Thanks to everybody who checked out the live show. I did a live show on YouTube last week, and so just before it started, I'm like, all right, we'll start at 2 p.m. And my wife, I'm like, I gotta get up there at 2. I'm like, I'm stressing out over this. There's probably gonna be like 8 or 9 people that are watching this, and I think it might have topped out at 9. I don't know if we ever got to. It might have been a couple more than that at one point, but yeah, the guys on Todd and Tyler were giving me shit about it. I'm forever amazed that anybody listens to this at all, or anybody would take the time out to check it out live. I really appreciate it. So, I think there was an oversight last week on the Cracker episode. I forgot to mention handy snacks. I think that's what they're called. They're like now a lot of times they're just like little breadsticks in those rectangular plastic containers. The breadsticks are the crackers on one side, the cheese on the other. Little filmy piece of plastic that's kind of used I don't know, it adhered to it. You peel it off. Back in the day, they used to come, the Kraft version at least, they used to come with that little red plastic applicator that you could use to spread the cheese. They don't do that anymore. Now, if you get the cracker version, there's just some fucking weak ass crackers in there that break whenever you try to get any cheese out of the little square at the end, or whatever that is. I doubt there's no way it's actual cheese, but there's a cheese-like substance that's there. I find the breadstick version to be much easier to eat. If you're around an Aldi, ALDI, the Aldi supermarket, they got some that are really good, and they're fucking cheap, and they're light, and you don't need to get that cart there to fucking that cart thing at Aldi is, I think it's dumb. They're like, hey, our prices are lower because we're gonna have, I don't know, 2 cashiers, and we're not gonna have to hire a kid to go out and get the carts. First of all, how much are these cart kids getting paid? I doubt in a grocery store. At Costco, they're paying people well. At a regular grocery store, they're not. And the Aldi thinks that, if you're not familiar with the Aldi system, what you do is when you go up, they've got a little contraption on the cart where you put a quarter in, and then it releases, it unlocks the cart, and then you take the cart around, and then when you're done, you return the cart, and your quarter pops back out. So the incentive for you to return the cart is that you get this quarter back. I went through in my head trying to make a Nickelback joke, or you refer to the best quarterback, at least of this generation. It could be all of them by the time he's done playing. Mr. Patrick Mahomes from the Kansas City Chiefs, huh? Anyway, how are they saving that much money? They're like, you know what? We don't have to pay these cart kids fucking $80 a day combined. If that, that's how we make all these groceries cheap. Whatever. I think they're buying fucking cheaper products and shit. It's not all cart money. Yeah, and then they don't buy bags. You can't get a fucking bag, a paper or a plastic bag at all these things. You know what? We're not going to get bags. We're not going to pay these cart kids. That's going to be the key to the whole thing. But anyway, that shit's stupid. But they've got good little breadsticks and cheese things there. They also have good fruit strips that just like the kind of like the leather. They look like leather, like little leather strips, little fruit strips. I think theirs come in I don't know, maybe like One's a berry. I don't know what the other one is. They're good. They're worth checking out. So, good. Get that correction. I also think I might have forgotten to mention that the cherry gummies in the Haribo Star Mix. Harry Bro. I think they'd be a lot less successful selling gummy bears if their company was called Harry Bro. You tried the Harry Bro fruit snacks? No. And I won't. Haribo, much more successful. I can't remember if I mentioned the cherry ones or not. I think I probably did, because one of my favorite things to do with that Star Mix is to take the little Coke bottle ones that are in there, combine it with one of the cherry flavored snacks, and like little fucking like cherry Coke gummy. That's good. In other Haribo news, they released they've got a couple new varieties out this summer. I haven't tried the tropical twin snakes, and we talked about those last time. The twin snakes that used to be in the Star Mix that were replaced by that shit with that weird little white like gummy cloud on it. Completely unnecessary, but the snakes are gone for that. But I guess they've released some tropical twin snakes. The combos, these snakes, each they're connected, but there's two different flavors on each. One snake's one flavor and one snake's another flavor. This tropical combination, there's a sweet mango and sour lime, sweet paradise punch and sour pineapple, and a sweet passion fruit and sour tangerine. Those sound fucking good. One thing I've never done with those snakes is like tear them apart from each other and really get an idea of what the individual flavors are. Maybe I should do that. The other thing Haribo has that we have tried, we got a couple bags at our house. It was very good. One thing I noticed when I was checking the audio for this one last time too is I'm saying good too much. I want to try to not say good so much and come up with another word. I don't want to sound like a fucking thesaurus, but so about, oh, those are good. This is good. That's not good. Whatever. We'll try to figure this out. Anyway, Haribo Tropical Mix. I thought it was exceptional. How's that? The flavors in the Tropical Mix, the pineapple, I think is rightly so regarded as the best Haribo gummy bear flavor. You got kiwi, passion fruit, and paradise punch. I didn't go through and eat too many of these individually, just because each handful had a great mix of flavors. I totally recommend the Haribo Tropical Punch. I also come to a point where I'm going to give Black Forest gummy bears another chance. This is happening. My wife bought some fruit snacks. They were the Black Forest Juicy Burst fruit snacks. They were better than I remember having them previously. I don't know if the Haribo still, if the flavor approaches that, but Haribo, I don't know. Haribo doesn't put out a fruit snack. So I was surprised and encouraged by this Black Forest fruit snack, and the Juicy Burst wasn't overwhelming. Sometimes you'll eat it, you'll bite into those the fruit snacks with the juice in the middle. It's just like kind of like a troubling amount of juice. That was not the case with this. That was a better flavor of anything I've tried from Black Forest in some time, and I'm gonna give the gummy bears another shot. I think I need to go into that with an open mind. When I was a kid, Black Forest was like the gold standard gummy bear, at least that I knew of when I was a kid, and they were like a long, skinnier. The bears were like tall and skinny. They had like kind of like a long stomach, all like, and that was part of it. It helped the texture and everything. And now, because I noticed it the last time I had them too, and it looks like on their website they still just have they just like a regular, almost looks like a fucking like a Teddy Graham. It's not. I don't know why they fucked with it. I don't know. They've got a tree on their stomach. That's not. What a tree would fit better, much better on the bear with the longer stomach. It's like they are gluten and fat free. That's nice. Whatever. I'll give them another shot. I need to kind of forget everything that all my qualms with what they did to the beloved Black Forest gummy bear. And give them a legit shot. So I'll do that. We'll get to this Diddy thing it's true. Okay, let's just get to it now. So it came out of this trial that I don't remember who said it, but it turns out that Diddy, P Daddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, He's under not a good. It doesn't sound like he's a very good guy at all. He's in trouble for, I don't know, fucking abusing women, sexually, physically, like sex trafficking. It's fucking bad. All these horrific details have been coming out about this story, and you're like, man, like what else is there? And turns out that Diddy puts applesauce on his burgers. Um, who had said this? His former employees testify that he used to put applesauce on his burgers. Hey, it's just funny to me, like fucking all this horrible shit's coming out. They're like, yeah, and this motherfucker put applesauce on his burgers. Hmm, weird. That's something that I don't know. I don't think I would ever try that. I don't understand the appeal of it at all. Applesauce usually just has like, do you really want that texture on a burger? You know, just making your bun all fucking wet like that. You know, I was thinking at first, like, why put something that wet on a burger? But ketchup's wet. Fucking Thousand Island's wet. Ranch, you can put ranch on a burger. That's wet. Mustard's wet. But they're not like, I don't know. Applesauce is just like, woo, 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 woo. And ketchup and mustard aren't like that. Relish, I guess relish is probably the closest thing as far as texture would go that you might put on a burger. I don't know. You don't see a lot of people putting relish on burgers. You know what might not be bad is applesauce on like a fucking pineapple apple. That might be okay, but this is not that. It's just fucking putting that shit on his burgers. According to the Daily Mail, Diddy's cheeseburger topping had the jury, quote, visibly grimacing as one juror made a gagging gesture after hearing the preference. What's a gagging gesture? Like, or like the finger in the mouth, like, can you, if you're a juror, if you're on a jury and you start making motions like that, like making a gagging gesture, shouldn't he be removed from the jury? Like, gross. Like, I don't know. At least they're listening to the testimony and they're fucking reacting. I don't know if it would taint the rest of the jury pool. The jury just kind of has to hang out too. I bet they were talking about that because it is a break and all this other shit. Like, you know what? The lube's not. Like, it's all horrific shit, but the lube isn't news. The fucking, like, they were aware of the abuse, but like, and this sick fuck puts applesauce on burgers. And then they're like, oh, 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 oh. How could you? I fucking puke town. Oh man, he made these girls just like stay awake and shit. What a fucking weirdo. And then well, the other odd bit of news was that I didn't know that he and Kid Cudi had a beef, and Diddy was fucking he went in and he went into Cudi's house and like opened up all his Christmas presents. That's fucked up. I do hope this trial leads to all of Diddy's vocal tracks being lower. Like, lower the volume on a little bit on all the Notorious B.I.G.'s shit. It seems like every time there's a fucking re-release, Diddy's part gets a little louder. That shit needs to stop. I don't think it's gonna get any louder now. They just fucking make it softer. Like, take some of it out. He needs some of it though. What's that song where he goes? Yeah, Biggie goes, you got a gun up in your waist, please don't shoot up the place. And then he goes, why? Like, what a fucking weird question to ask somebody who's just requesting that a place doesn't get shot up. Somebody's like, hey, please don't shoot up the place. But, oh yeah, fine. I probably shouldn't, right? You know, fucking guns and bullets and cause like, you know, bleeding and death, fucking lifelong injuries, and tear families apart and all this. But yeah, you probably got a point. Just going, Why? Because I see some ladies. Okay. How we doing here? Thanks for checking out the show. If there's anything you want to talk about, please hit me up at nextwindowpod at gmail.com. Mention Teddy Grahams, the shape of the Black Forest gummy bears, at least it looks like they're. I mentioned Teddy Grahams during the Cracker episode. One, I'd like to say it's because I'm 43 years old, but I've also just spent the past 15 minutes talking about gummy bears and fruit snacks, applesauce on burgers. They're not really top of mind. I don't know if I'm just looking in the wrong, or if I'm just not noticing them at the store. Maybe they're a little lower on the shelf so kids can see them and shit. But I don't even remember the last time I've seen a Teddy Graham in a store, and it's not something I really like. I haven't craved them. I never really got into those even as a kid. Somebody tagged me in something. I had seen this in my algorithm as well. That it looks like it's a dirty trick, but there's this meme going around saying that McDonald's is going to bring back I don't even remember it being a thing, but bring back or release the Blueberry McGriddle, and I don't think that's happening. Sorry for the bad news there. The AI said McDonald's is currently testing a Blueberry McGriddle in select Texas locations, but it was from years ago. Oh, maybe this is. I looked it up earlier this week. Maybe this is different news. Before, the stories I saw were like from fucking, I don't know, like 2021, where McDonald's fans say there's no need to do a test run as brand reportedly reviews Blueberry McGriddles. Huh. Okay, this is good news. Good. McDonald's is reportedly bringing back a previously limited time item for a new round of consumer testing. According to foodie influencer Mouth Attack, sure they're taken very seriously and highly esteemed in the foodie influencer world. Mouth Attack, guys, watch out! Mouth Attack is here. Hi, I'm Mouth Attack. That's fucking stupid. Hey, I'm Throat Fight. I'm here to try some shit. Fast Food Eatery is running an incredibly limited test run of a Blueberry McGriddle in Houston, Texas, which is said to include all of your typical McGriddle inclusions, like sausage, egg, and cheese, with the blueberry flavor-infused griddle cake. Fuck yeah. I don't understand the need for cheese on the McGriddle. I don't know if I've ever even had one with egg. I just go fucking sausage and buns that taste just like pancakes. I think if cheese was that good on a pancake, they would put fucking cheese on stacks of pancakes. And they don't. And there's a reason for that. Because it's fucked up and it's completely unnecessary. But, that's your thing. I don't give a shit. How dare you? Oh, I thought we were friends. You put fucking cheese on your McGriddle? Who gives a fuck? Yeah, that's good news. Good. I thought I'd look that up. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't looking in the right place. Yeah, shit. All right, good news. So, we tried out a new recipe at our house. It's something I've been wanting to try for a long time. And it was it was a sandwich it was like a chicken Caesar salad sandwich. Just with a, fucking, like, breaded and, I don't know, not really fried, but like cooked in oil piece of chicken. And then buns that we did our best to try to make them, croutonish. Is that a word? Oh, it's going to be on this episode of Next Window, Please. And then the romaine lettuce, some Parmesan cheese, shredded Parmesan cheese, like you'd have on a Caesar salad, and Caesar dressing. And I say, through no fault of anybody preparing them, they just weren't. They were fine, but I think there's a reason that you're not seeing that sandwich on a bunch of menus. I think the Caesar salad, I think it's better as a salad. And I don't know. I don't really know if there's anything we could have done differently to make them any better. But yeah, it's what it was. It was fun. I'm glad we gave it a shot. All right, let's go through this Reddit fast food thread. You guys looking at that? You seen anything? Um, you see this shit? hey, fucking check this out. Um, Jack in the Box. Where's the closest Jack in the Box to here? If you're new to the show, I'm based out of Omaha, Nebraska. Jack in the Box locations. Jack in the Box has 2,186 locations, the majority of them in California. Wow, 43% of the Jack in the Boxes. Yeah, they're all over. Fucking Illinois, Missouri, Ohio, Tennessee. Fucking nothing here. That's too bad. Anyway, they're introducing a T-Pain munchie meal. They've got a burger tartar melt. I thought this looked interesting. Like the burger tartar melt features 100% seasoned beef patty topped with a hash brown, hickory smoked bacon, Swiss and cheddar cheese, cheese sauce, and buttermilk ranch on a buttery croissant. T-Pain smokes fucking weed. I doubt this is surprising. The guy that's always like, hey, I don't know why it sounded like an auto-tuned Native American hymn, but yeah, I guess I'm not even gonna attempt another auto-tune impression. But T-Pain, I never really thought much about him until can I buy you one drink? I like that song. Then I recently checked out his Tiny Desk, the NPR Tiny Desk concert, and it was fucking phenomenal. I would totally recommend checking that out. Who else had one that was good recently? Or that I saw recently? Scarface. I don't know when that came out. I'm pretty sure it was Scarface. Yeah. Scarface was fucking badass. And he's got this buddy that fucking like his dude with him that raps with it. I remember what his name was, but he fucking they killed it. They fucking killed it. Yeah, check Scarface and T-Pain. I should get some fucking auto tune for this. I'm like, Harry Bell. I had to stop. Tried to sound like auto tune. Tim Hortons and Ryan Reynolds. This is thefastfoodpost.com. Oh shit, Jack in the Box has new Sour Patch Kids watermelon shake. And they should fucking open a Jack in the Box here. Ooh, Red Lobster launches new 3-course shrimp sensation. Walking into a Red Lobster gives me bowel problems, we'll say. Immediately, I was like, you know what? Family goes to get a table. I'm like, what? Let's just go. Why don't I just see if I can have diarrhea now, like just before we fucking eat anything. Those biscuits are amazing, though. McDonald's is done with the Cosmics concept. That never really took off. I never even really heard or saw anything online about any of those. Somebody asked, what are some good fast food meal options for someone who cannot chew? Man, reconstructive jaw surgery. Can't chew for 5 weeks. KFC mashed potatoes and gravy is good. Wendy's chili. That's ew. Do you really just want to like gargle, swallow chili? Chick-fil-A has chicken noodle soup, but that's good. Doesn't look like there's a ton here. Oh, National Hamburger Day was 2 days ago. Fucking missed that. Oh, so just as I'm saying, I'd like them to open up a Jack in the Box up here. Jack in the Box has closed all of their Kansas City locations, so that's probably not going to happen. Steak and Shake is accepting Bitcoin. That's whatever. Fucking Steak and Shake is another place. I won't eat there again. We're in the Ozarks, the Lake of the Ozarks. Not to brag, we take some, exotic vacations. But we're there, and I got sick. My brother-in-law got sick, and my father-in-law got sick. And then my daughter was like, "Yeah, it could have been all the alcohol you're drinking." Well, we had been drinking. It's not like we drank a different amount of alcohol before we went to Steak and Shake. It was just oof. All right, not much going on in the that Reddit fast food thread. I feel like there was more last week. What else? I've been listening to this podcast about the Titanic, I think it's very well done, and it's interesting. It's called Titanic: Ship of Dreams. They're talking about just like the food processing, like the process of like all the different restaurants and shit that they had on the ship, and they had an ice guy, just a guy. It's an ironic job for a dude, probably went down on the ship. This kid that was just like he prepared all the ice for the fucking cocktails, just had ice ready for everything. I don't know if it was shaped ice or if he was just working on the purity of the ice. But the podcast really goes into more like individual stories of people who were on the ship and uses them to kind of tell the whole bigger picture of it. It made me curious to see what was on what they were actually eating on the ship. Your fucking last meal. I didn't thought about until this episode I was listening today too. They're saying that, like when they went to wake people up, people probably just had a big meal. A lot of them were probably just fucking like drunk. They're on a fucking boat. So it made the point in one of these where for a lot of like, especially the third class passengers, was probably the only time they were ever gonna have 6 days off in a row. Like those people, they were probably fucking getting after it. We all saw the movie. They're dancing in the fucking bows of the ship. Okay, so this looks like the first class being fillets of brill. The fuck is that? I don't know what any of this shit is. Right? Cocky leaky, COCKIELEEKIE. Chicken a la Marion, corned beef. I've heard of that. I've had corned beef. I enjoy Reuben, vegetable stomach, grilled mutton chops. That sounds like a fucking guy that played for the Pittsburgh Pirates in the 70s. Never had a mutton chop. Custard pudding. Sounds fun. Apple meringue. Dude, I bet Diddy would have been putting that shit on his burger. Hey, put some of that fucking apple meringue on my burger. The fake salmon mayonnaise? That sounds absolutely fucking disgusting. I think it's like salmon flavored mayonnaise. It's probably an entree. You know what? I could Google some of this shit, but I like not. We'll just fucking guess. Norwegian anchovies. It's probably just a regional thing from there. Sardines on the buffet. Roast beef. Okay. Round of spiced beef. All right. Veal and ham pie. Fucking gross. Like, I'm an adverse relationship with an adversarial relationship with warm ham, and the thought of it in a pie fucking disgusts me. Soused herrings, potted shrimps. That sounds like a garden thing. Just brawn, galantine of chicken, corned ox tongue. And I don't know. They put on a fucking Reuben. I don't think I'd have any interest in eating a tongue. Wouldn't it be weird? You put a tongue on your tongue? No. Then just a bunch of fucking cheeses. Cheshire, Stilton, Gorgonzola. Eat it. And these, like, some of these, I don't know if they're just food from, parts of Europe that I haven't heard of and shit, or if this is just what they were eating in fucking 1912. But, yeah. Anyway, yeah, that podcast is totally worth fucking check it out. Titanic, Ship of Dreams. I don't know if it would be the best listen to it if you're on a long drive because it's very like the guy's voice is it's very soothing. So, all right, let's see what we had from the email this week. I can be reached at nextwindowpod@gmail.com. Thanks again for listening. Yeah, I don't know if I could like it, review it, do whatever it is. Subscribe on YouTube if you can. I think I'm going to try to do live YouTube maybe once a month. Hey, I don't know. Do whatever the fuck we want. Oh, Costco's bringing the calzone back. I don't think I've ever had the calzone from Costco. Some of the shit I've emailed to myself. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Costco, I've never really gotten into like the chicken bake or much outside of the my go-tos are the fucking Costco, at least the hot dog, the pizza, and the smoothie. I haven't put vodka in the fruit smoothie yet, but I've considered it. I think I just want to leave that pure. So, they're bringing back the calzone, filled with pepperoni, sausage, cheese, onions, peppers, olives, and mushrooms. $6.99, 1,080 calories. I'm gonna fucking try it. Hopefully soon. I was just buying Arby's the other day, but I didn't get those fucking steak bites. I gotta get the steak bites from Arby's. This dude, Ronald, checked it. He said, if you like gummies, maybe this one would last you a while. It's a fucking 26-pound edible gummy python. We talked about this a little bit. It's fucking 7 feet long. Oh, earlier in the week, they were out of the red cherry and blue raspberry. They've got that in stock now, as well as the blue raspberry and green apple. I think this shit's expensive, too. So this, I don't know to fucking sign up for this. $149.99, $150 for 26 pounds and a 7-foot long gummy snake. I wish they'd let you fucking try some of it first. There's going to be a texture thing with this, too, because it's going to be, long, thin slices. What do you just put this out at a graduation party right next to the long fucking sandwich? I don't know what you do, but I do wish there was a way to try it before you would make that sort of investment in this giant fucking thing. I know, it's crazy. It's more just a novelty. I wonder who's actually like, man, I don't know how long that would stay good. I like to put my gummies in the freezer or in the fridge too. I don't know how you would fucking have room for that. You have to just cut it off, put it in there slice by slice. McDonald's is going to start staying open later. A vast majority of locations will now stay open until midnight or later starting this summer. That's good. Maybe they'll be doing some overnight prep on those fucking blueberry McGriddles. That would be good news. All right, I think that's about it for the email. Yeah, fucking hit me up. nextwindowpod@gmail.com. We might do, I don't know, a cocktail episode or something soon. Yeah, and thanks to, check me out. I'm on Todd and Tyler every day. Todd and Tyler Radio Empire. Up there. At stand-up shows coming up. It's probably going to be on a Friday afternoon. If you could hear this fucking soon. Gary Curtis and I'll be in Lincoln tonight. I'll be in Dunlap, Iowa Saturday night. The Doghouse Bar. There might not be something going on at the Funny Bone next week, depending on how the new Funny Bone here in Omaha, depending on how that's going on. And then I will be at Sociable Inn in Millard next Friday night. I think it's June 6th. That's a fun, divey, serial killer themed bar. It's fun. And then I'll be at Sips on 10th in Little Italy in Omaha that Saturday night. Thanks to It's Your Boy Again Sausage, our esteemed sponsor, the best sausage on the planet. There's no comparison. There's no replica. It's the best. It's the best sausage on the planet. What makes it the best sausage on the planet? Yes, it is meat encased inside a tube, like all the other sausages, but the difference with It's Your Boy Again is it tastes better than all of those sausages. So thank you to them for their continued and unwavering support of Next Window, Please. So yeah, I ain't really sure how to start talking about this, or I don't know if it's a good idea to put on the podcast or not, but it's what I've been thinking about the majority of this week. Is my friend Chuck Jones passed away. Rest in peace, Chuck. I'm actually going to be headed to his visitation here shortly after recording this, and yeah, it's weird. So Chuck, I'm recording this on a Friday, so it's Friday, May 30th. Chuck passed away Friday, May 23rd, and the Friday before that, we did a show in Papillion together, this bar called Brownies, and Chuck was there. It was good. And it was good to see him. It was good to see him there. He even do shows every once in a while. He's a dude actually I met through stand-up. I knew through stand-up. And we'll get to that later. But yeah, so the show was a couple weeks ago on Friday, and it was booked short notice. Like a lot of my shit's booked short notice. But this one was too, and he's like, hey, the owner of the bar wants you to come by the bar to see the bar on the Monday before the show. And I'm like, shit. Why? Sometimes bar owners will want you to stop by and see the bar. If it's something local, I don't mind. Fine. It doesn't really make a lot of sense because I'd been to Brownie, and they've got a beer garden. With this specific stage setup, sometimes you go to a place I'm not really sure. It's probably best we'll set up shop over here or there. There'd be a couple options, but here I was man, okay. I'm sure we'll be on the stage. But yeah, thanks. I appreciate the dude having me, whatever. And go to the bar in it's 2 p.m. on a Monday, and Chuck's hanging out in there. That was like Monday was like his Sunday. It was like the last day of his weekend. So we sitting there. I'm like, yeah, fuck, it's cool. And we were both tired. So we go through this stuff with the guy that runs the bar. That was sitting there with Chuck, and um, as we were just hanging out, having some cocktails and shit, and it. I mean, we both kind of like revved up as we were talking more, revved up, right? And I don't know, it was just good to see. It was good talk and fucking. He was actually the podcast came up. I hope I didn't break it. That's a douchey thing to do. Like, oh, you made my podcast. Like, what's it about? He's like, what do you? He's like, what podcast? I'm like, it's next window, please. And he brings it up on his phone, and Chuck had like a really like deep, like a gravelly, like pirate style voice, and he brings it up on his phone, and he's like, he just kind of scrolls through it a little bit. And it's like. He was like one of the sauce episodes, where like, no, I like tartar sauce and this, and he's just like, that's what you're doing, huh? Yep, that's it, Chuck. He's like, oh fuck it, I'll check it out. Um, and then I don't know. Hopefully this show wasn't one of the last things. Did he fucking I doubt it was. Oh, Chuck had some health problems and shit. He'd had to have like the bottom part of his right leg removed from like diabetes and shit. He was my friend. I'd give him shit. Like, till he was near, I'm like, dude, you're almost full pirate. You're just fucking like a parrot on your shoulder away from pirates. Yeah, already, he's got the voice and um, the voice. Now he's got, the pirate, like the peg leg and shit. And, fuck you, Nick. Yeah, so Chuck, he has a son that's the same age as my son, and they ended up on the same youth football team. So the first time we're at one of these out of town tournaments for football, we're hanging outside some hotel in like St. Joe, Missouri, which you end up like doing shit like that with these teams, dude. My parents are hanging out in the parking lot and shit, and Chuck's just like, like nobody talks. I was like, dude, I'm like, I know you from somewhere, and he goes, did you used to work at? Did I ever work at Dial America? I was like, I had. At a certain point of time, we're living in, especially like Millard at Omaha, like everybody worked at fucking Dial America. It was just on the phone, fucking selling magazines and shit. You had to do weather chat. You have to call people up and be like, how's the weather there? And if they were like, oh, it's a little rainy, you want you to be like, oh, what if we box up some of this sunshine and send it your way? Ha 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 ha. Then if you didn't do that, they'd be like, you didn't do weather chat. And like, fuck, this place makes me want to, I can't fucking do this. I can't. I know you from somewhere. He's like, you ever work at Dial America? And I was like, I did, but that's not it. Turns out like Chuck, back when I started doing stand-up, there was a club called Buffoons in downtown Omaha. And it was like, it was a perfect place for me to start and like not be good. It's perfect. But Chuck had been around there. It turns out I was like, oh shit, like you're Chuck. Hadn't seen him for a long time from the time I started doing stand up, and Hunter joined that team. So Buffoons closed down, and I think Chuck Chuck is very funny, but he had a lot of other stuff going on in his life. And he wasn't out doing a ton of shows, but he was just so fucking funny. And then we'd kind of gotten closer after he'd like lost his foot and shit. He would fucking text me. He was a huge Braves fan, and the Atlanta Braves now have a shortstop named Nick Allen. So I would get updates from him. And like the first one, he was just like, "You suck as the Braves shortstop. You suck as a Braves shortstop." I'm like, "Fuck!" And something he'd be encouraging. Hey, you had 3 to 4 today. Not bad. Stolen base, scored a run. Not bad. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's just I've been lucky that I haven't had a lot of friends pass away. I it's odd. I mean, my friend Brad Stewart he passed away a couple years ago, but he had like Brad knew he knew it was coming. He had cancer. The cancer was fast, but he was he was able to process it as best as he could. He was processing it, and then Brad didn't have like a regular funeral. They put on it's like what they call it, the Church of Laughter or something like that at this theater in Lincoln, and it was bands and shit and people getting up and talking about him. But yeah, Chuck, fucking, we're gonna go to a church for, it's gonna be a visitation, it's gonna be a funeral, um, it's gonna be weird. See, I don't know if this is selfish or what to be talking about this on the podcast. He'd give you shit about it too. Yeah, Dave, what the fuck, hey, what are you doing? Yeah, fucking Chuck, we were at one of these football games one time. I was walking by to go to the bathroom, and he was like sitting right up front, and he just shaves all of his facial hair off into just like this creepy ass mustache. It's like, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, Chuck. He's like, ah. I'm like, dude. I'm like, did you have to go introduce yourself to all of your neighbors when you got that mustache? He's like, fuck you, Nick. I'm like, I don't know. I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna fucking miss him. We just done some shows together. He was doing this bit on we had a show on Valentine's Day. He was like what do you say? He's like, anybody else notice how snacks are getting smaller? He's like, why do I need my snacks smaller? I don't want them smaller. I need 100 calories of stuffed crackers. Like, he's like, just give me 3-4 bags of those. I don't know. Hopefully, if you didn't know who Chuck was, I'm doing a decent enough job of like trying to put across just fucking who he was. He was he's like, he's saying, I was on the toilet so long that my good leg fell asleep. I'm like, fuck, man. Yeah, he was funny, and yeah, I miss him. Fucking yeah, tell your friends you love him. That's one thing I was grateful did the last after that show that we had. Text him, love you, man. He's like, love you too. Like, over dudes sometimes that can be weird, and I know I might have thrown out love you, man at the end of some conversations with some friends I've had that maybe they say it back, maybe they don't, maybe fucking make it weird, but at least they know how you feel about them. They can fucking call you gay or whatever the next time they see you, but they still know. They still fucking know. So yeah, fucking Chuck Jones, rest in peace. Fucking Chuck Jones. He had been doing this. His joke to the like where it's like, cut his leg off, and he's like, where'd it go? What they do with my leg? Where is it? It's just in a trash can. It's like, oh fucking it's funny. I am surprised. I was kind of like, this stuff's gonna be the Catholic Church. I was kind of surprised that Chuck was Catholic. So that never came up. I guess I don't know. I assumed that people would be Catholic. I don't know, but he was. I was surprised here, but it came up because that show we did at Papillion. I don't know if I talked about it on here last week or not. I walked a couple ladies. It was either walked them like they got up and left because of what I said, or it was quite the coincidence they were just happening to get up and leave right when I asked the crowd, like, anybody else excited for when the new Pope dies? And these ladies just fucking stood up and fucking walked out immediately. And yeah, we talked about Ivory. He's like, yeah, I thought it was funny. I'm Catholic. I don't know. I fucking love the guy. And yeah, I think that might be it for this week. Yeah, thank you so much to anybody that checks out this show. I really appreciate it. If you got anything you should talk about, I don't know, kind of up in the air what to do next. I think maybe you'll talk about like shit to throw on the grill. What are you grilling? Let me know. nextwindowpod@gmail.com. Made some cocktail ideas. Maybe we'll do like what the fuck is like the best potluck dishes. Like some 7-layer dip and shit. We could get into some stuff like that. Yeah, so thank you so much for checking out the show. And just want to make sure I'm not forgetting anything else here. I don't think I am. So, yeah. Fuck yeah. We will see you next time. Peace.